Hey guys, and welcome to the studio, welcome to the vlog. Today is split into two. First half, studio construction, already done. I won't share it because nothing really changed. It's a lot of like small things here and there. Once I get to the bigger things where things actually change and there's progress, I'll share it with you. Today it's here in the B studio making music for the rest of the day. I'm working on a song that is called You Get To Me. I already played you 10 different versions that I made within a day, just trying to figure out what fits to the vocal. I still love the vocal. I also love the instrumental, but both together doesn't really work. So I think today I'll do the only logical possible thing and actually split that one song into two. I will remove the vocals out of one of the versions and make a new bass line in the other version, and this way kind of save a little bit of time, have two songs. And one of them I will turn to a full club song. As you know, I've produced a lot of pop, like electronic, dance music, influenced pop music in the past couple of years. And I used to be a ghost producer, only doing club music, and I miss it a little. I love both worlds. I love working with vocals. I love the singing, songwriting experience, more like the musical stuff. But I also love the gritty, just groovy, in-your-face club kind of stuff, and since I haven't done that in a while, I miss it. So I'll turn one of those versions into something clubby. Let's see what happens. A lot has changed, I think, to the positive. Let's listen again to the previous version. The one where I didn't like how vocal and bass kind of went together. And now in the new version, the vocal on the drop is gone. It's just like in the break kind of part. Make waves in my heart. You get under my skin. This pain is off the charts. You're rippling, your love is crippling. And then the drop, it's back to my old melodic techno days with like a modern twist. I like it. I personally really like it. I mean, it's not the newest style of music. It's not the hippest kind of thing. It's something that's been done already a couple of times. But I still think this could actually work really great in the club. So let's listen to the drop really quick. So yeah, there's like nothing anymore from the original first version. The bass line changed. It's now a sustained bass, just like simple notes. Quite a lot of sidechain to make sure the kick cuts through. And then actually like the main foundation element of the song is that groove. And that will be later definitely automated. This is also Diva. Club music is really depending on automation. If there's like standstill, it sounds very boring. It has to move always a little here and there. The next part is just like a classic pad. Just to fill out the frequencies, make it sound full right after the drop. And then what I love the most is actually based on a mistake, kind of. I played like just weird random melodies on the keyboard, just up, down, the scale. And Logic loops once you recorded something and it pasted both MIDI on top of each other, which kind of sounded cool. Like I then split them in two again to be able to cut things out. So let's listen to those two. It's weird. I would actually never do something like this, but I should definitely try it out in another song. It's like forming kind of chords at certain parts and other parts not. The synth is very noise heavy, like very, very noisy, and the attack is up. So it actually needs a little time to get onto the tone, which makes it more interesting. The rest of the processing is just like an EQ, cutting away the very high frequencies. Ton of reverb, of course. Then I chopped out vocals of the original vocal. I think at the moment the original vocal has to go also in this version. So we'll end up with 2 songs and no vocal, and I will have to record new vocals for this one. The vibe just doesn't fit. It's awkward to have a vocal that sounds very housey, very groovy on something that is just like more in your face. But here just very simple vocal chops, like nothing melodic pitched or anything wild, just to give it like a human groove and feel on the drop. Very random delay, reverb on top. And then actually what I love the most, and the one element that I kept, are the effect transition sounds. These ones right here. It's an arpeggiator actually. Logic has this ARP plugin. So it's doing like the range is up to 4 and 32 notes. Gives you this gliding up or gliding down kind of effect. So very simple. I like it. It's like simple, effective. I of course just get to the halfway point. I still need to do the breaks properly, have like the drops, like the transition into the drop properly, but the main groove, the main parts of the song are there already, which is the most important. And the drums, pretty simple. It took me a while to find the right clap that just hits the right way. It's hard to describe. I just went through a lot of samples and actually then took the, where is it? Right here, pattern 24 by 5 samples or ticks. I don't know if ticks, I think it's like milliseconds. Yes, 5 ticks is 2.5 milliseconds. I like shifted the clap a little forward, just gives it a nicer groove. And the rest is then just like basically call and response between like the very noisy synth, between the ARP effect sound, between the vocal that pops in and out, and some of the effects in between, to make sure not too much is playing at the same time. The rest is now really arranging, automating, and mixing, a little more mixing, definitely. And then I'm just still not sure if I should release it with the same artist name or with another. My plan was making like one of the popular kinds of more radio-friendly listening Spotify songs, and then a clubby one, but still in the core, they're similar. It's still like pluggy synths and like the same vibe kind of, at least like the newer vocal songs that I got, for example. I mean, it's a different tempo, but the elements, like I think you can hear it that the same person actually made it. And that's like the upcoming stuff, the upcoming Spotify radio friendly poppy kind of stuff is a little darker, pluggy synths. And I think this could actually work together enough to release it as one artist. But let me know what you think. If I should like split it or do it as one. I'm leaning towards like doing it as one, because I think a lot of producers actually do that. They do like 2 styles or even 3 styles. They just do whatever they feel like. It's a little annoying if you have like a certain sound as a producer and you have to do it over and over and over again, and every single song of yours sounds the same. I think like, as a producer you can showcase at least a little what you can do. I mean, switching now to like trap might be too far, but this is still all electronic.